What's up, guys? Kinger here, Kinger's Garage. We are going to do the first video on my 1993 RX7 swap with the LS1 stroker V8. And I'm going to do an overview on this car. It's been in storage all winter. Haven't fired it up, but we'll do an overview on it once I get it cleaned up, get it out in the sun, kind of give you, a higher view of it. It's just too busy in here. But first, we had a problem last year. I had a problem with a Misfire at high RPMs, like 6,000 RPM, and then it slowly got worse and worse and worse. And honestly, it had me stumped. I checked spark plugs, blah blah blah, all the normal stuff. No vacuum leaks, nothing. So I kind of just parked it, said, and started messing with the snowmobile. So first order of business is let's fire it up. Let's go. All right, let's get in here. Battery's been on a 10 draw all winter. I do that intentionally. Car's in neutral. I've overridden my clutch safety interlock switch because it was kind of cutting out. It's a common thing on RX7s. So I don't have to start it with the clutch. I know I'm in neutral, so should be good to go. She's live. All right, let's get her warmed up here, and I'm gonna get my infrared gun, and I just want to see if there's any cylinders that are cooler than the others. So we'll start there. All right, got my infrared gun. Nothing so far sticks out. Give it a little rip, and what the heck? Holy smokes! Did you see that? Look at this! What in the world? Oh my God! There's your problem, boy! Woo! What in the world? That is 10,000 miles on MSD plug wires, DEI heat shield, and it's arcing like the spark plug is outside of the cylinder. That was way too easy. Woo! All right, guys. Well, that was way too easy. It was not staged. That was complete, utter luck right there. That never happens to me, ever. Sometimes when they say, if you can't solve the problem, like just take a step back. Well, 6 months, a long step back, but that is definitely my problem. No idea how I missed that. I never typically rev the motor. I only revved it just to get some heat so I could see if the cylinders were firing. And that's when you saw it live. That was unbelievable. So I'm gonna order up some MSD plug wires. They seem to be kind of a disposable item on this car. I don't understand why. It's supposed to be really good wire. Another thing that you need to check, I went through a whole Misfire on this car 10,000 miles ago, and it was bad, and I could not figure it out, and I finally tracked it down to the traction control system, which you are correct. That's very cool. On a swap car, I have traction control, and something in the board was causing a misfire, and it acted just like something like that would do. So really, really crazy. And I went through plug wires and plugs and finding a setup, and the MSD plug wires, a tech told me, measure the resistance on those for consistency. So out of the box, last time I had 4 wires that measured 150 ohms and the rest measured 30. I'm gonna order new ones. Of course, we're gonna test them and we're gonna see, but I remember I had to order 2 sets of new ones, send the other set of bad 8 ones back to Summit. And of course, Summit's great to deal with. They took care of it. But don't just throw new wires on, because that was part of my issue then as well. So I'm shocked that it ate the wire that fast. 10,000 miles isn't a ton of miles, although they are high RPM miles. It's a sports car, so it gets driven. But let me get some wires ordered up. Let's get swapped out. All right, welcome back, fans. Here we go. They got my new wires in the mail for the RX7. There's the part number for anybody that might need it, 32819 GMLS1. 97 on bit Camaro. That's what we need. All right. You can see here 40 to 50 ohms per foot of resistance. Trust, but verify. So, got my own meter here. Got a beer I literally found as a celebratory drink for finding this possibly in the easiest fashion in the history of the world for me. No packaging whatsoever. Come in a box that they flop around in. Good job, MSD. What is this? Do not return to a retailer. Okay, we don't care about that. All right, nice. We don't care about sticker. Oh, look at that. Nice little labels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice one here. All right. So, nice looking wires out of the factory, but let's hone in on this guy, and I'm going to test these, and you guys can see. Let's test together. Let's do it together. Together forever. Let's test how much these measure. Okay. What do we got there? Does that really say 75 ohms? And look at it's just like it's moving, it's dropping. Like what? I don't know if this is my meter or what. Like it kind of goes. It's kind of going back and forth here. Let's see if I can't get more static mode. Kilomole voltage ohms. Should just be a straight up ohms. So look at that. 75. Okay, roughly. We're gonna go with 75 on this guy, which we won't label yet. Let's just test them all. Let's just test them all. Because I'm curious. Look at that. Yeah, I know you're making connection. Look at that. That's 40. So got 75. I mean, just that. Oopsies. See if I can get this back. A little closer here for you. So we've got 7. I'm gonna go back. So that was number 2. I'm gonna go back to this one. Okay. I just want to make sure that my ohm meter is not flaking out on me. No, it's not. It's all over the place. 75. 75. Unbelievable. So we got one at 40. Let's see what the next one is. So everybody says 40. See, it's weird. See how these two are beeping when I do it? Look at that. This is supposed to be a 30 to 40 ohms per foot. This is way less than a foot. Look at that, 37. That's a good wire. That's the wire that the rest of them are at on the car when I was fighting this 10 years or 10,000 miles ago. But it's funny, you notice how I get the continuity beep? So I'm wiggling it around, no continuity beep. Isn't that weird? So in the ones with high resistance, I'm getting no continuity beep. So there's one that's over 60. So far we've got all 4 are 2 are fairly close. The other 2 are all over the place. Look at that. Now we get a nice, good wire again. What in the world? MSD, what are you doing? So we're gonna keep that one in this pile. Those are all beeping. If they beep, they're badass. Like honest, I don't know. Oh, look at that. Barely touch it. Again, there's a good one. 34, 33. So they should just be some 30, anything 30. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be. You're not looking for exact. You're looking at magnitudes of 10 here, and I mean, how off are these wires that I'm testing them the same? I'm doing nothing different. Look at this one. It doesn't even make a connection. What in the world? It doesn't even make a connection. There it goes. And see, it doesn't beep. So it's like it's not making continuity, but it is measuring 88. So that's 3 MSD wires. Last one. What's your guess? Look at that. No beep. 80. Unbelievable. All right, well, I kind of wanted to take you real time through that because just look at how bad those are. These 4 measure completely different and don't set off my continuity meter. These 4 measure correct per the box and set off my continuity meter. So again, I've got 4 that you would consider using. And if you've ever had misfires, you know you don't want to be I mean, they're hard to track down, right? I mean, there's a lot of things you don't want to just be throwing parts at it. So here's something that, you know, guys will do. They'll grab a box of brand name wires and they'll throw them on there and the misfire doesn't go away. Or it moves cylinders and they're like confused. That's what happened to me last year. Although I didn't buy any wires because I'd learned my lesson. And I was assuming the wires were good, which obviously they aren't. So, MSD, step up your game. All right, ladies and gents, that's going to wrap up this video. I'm going to get these wires switched around. We're going to take this thing out for a ride. Next video, we'll get out in the sun, we'll get it cleaned up. It's finally springtime here in Iowa, and excited to show you the car. It is probably one of the nicer built cars on the swap community, and the interior is mint and almost with quite a few upgrades. I would consider it nicer than when it left the OEM parking lot, and really want to, you know, take you out for a ride with it. It's a beast. It's 2,700 pounds. It's 450 wheel horsepower roughly, and it's a go-kart with air conditioning and heat. So excited to show you all that. Also excited to show you the swap and how clean it is. It has working air conditioning, working cruise, working traction control, ABS, just as intended from the factory. You know, obviously it looks the part. We tried to go super clean on this and give it kind of that OEM plus. I love RX7s. They've been my dream car since I was a little kid and first saw one. Always loved the rotary. Didn't like owning a rotary, and this is awesome. Put 25,000 miles on it so far. I just beat on it. Literally just gas, go, pound it, and you know, the old LS. There's a reason everybody swaps them into everything, because they're so much fun. And I got a 49.5 to 50 balance. So I'll go over all those details next video. Stick around, and hope you enjoy some of this content. And if you do, please give me a like and a comment. I'm not sure how much videos people want on RX7, but I'll keep doing them if you want them. So take care, keep wrenching. It's worth it.